If you've been following Summer House, then you already know that the drama doesn't always end when the season ends. Sometimes, the biggest questions actually begin after the cameras stop rolling. And right now, fans are once again talking about Wes Wilson and Jessie Solomon. The two Summer House stars were once known as close friends. They came into the show together, shared a lot of the same social circle, and appeared to have a friendship that was becoming stronger as the seasons continued. But somewhere along the way, that friendship became complicated. And now, after everything that happened during season 10, fans are asking a very important question. Are Wes Wilson and Jessie Solomon finally on good terms again? Or is there still tension between them? To understand the latest update, we have to go back to the beginning. Wes Wilson became one of the most talked about men in the Summer House cast after his relationship with Ciara Miller became a major storyline. At first, Wes and Ciara appeared to have a strong connection. Fans watched their relationship develop, and many viewers believed that the two could eventually become a serious couple. But things didn't work out that way. Their relationship ended, and Wes eventually became romantically connected to someone else. And that is where the situation became much more complicated. Because the person Wes became involved with was Amanda Batula. Now, if you're familiar with Summer House, you know that Amanda is not just another cast member. She is closely connected to the group. She is also Kyle Cook's former wife, and she has a long history with many of the people in the Summer House circle. Most importantly, Amanda has also been close to Ciara. So when Wes' relationship with Amanda became part of the conversation, it created a situation that was bound to attract attention. Fans began asking questions. How did Ciara feel about Wes moving on? How did Amanda feel about becoming involved with someone who had previously dated her friend? And where did Wes' friends, including Jessie, stand in the middle of everything? That is where the friendship between Wes and Jessie became part of the bigger story. Jessie Solomon had been one of Wes' friends, and viewers had become familiar with their friendship through the show. But as the drama surrounding Wes' relationships grew, their friendship also appeared to face challenges. Jessie was not simply looking at the situation from the outside. He was part of the same social circle. He knew the people involved. And because of that, his feelings about what was happening became important to the story. At one point, the tension appeared to reach a level where fans started questioning whether Wes and Jessie were still as close as they once were. And this is where things became complicated. The disagreement was not just about one isolated incident. It was connected to a larger issue involving trust, friendship, relationships, and how people within the group handled the situation. Jessie reportedly felt that the way certain things unfolded had affected their friendship. And for viewers, that raised another question. Was Jessie upset because of Wes' actions? Was he disappointed in how Wes handled his relationships? Or was the real issue the feeling that the friendship between them had changed? These are the questions that made fans pay attention. Because when you're watching a reality show, it's easy to assume that two people are simply fighting over one argument. But sometimes, the real problem is everything that happened before that argument. The conversations that were never fully resolved. The things people said behind closed doors. The feeling that someone wasn't being completely honest. And the disappointment that comes when a friendship doesn't turn out the way you expected. For Wes and Jessie, their relationship appeared to be caught in the middle of all of this. And then came the reunion. The Summer House Season 10 reunion gave the cast an opportunity to discuss some of the biggest conflicts from the season. And naturally, fans wanted answers. What really happened between Wes and Jessie? Were they still friends? Could their friendship survive everything that had happened? And was the tension between them something that could eventually be repaired? But even after the reunion, the questions didn't completely disappear. Instead, the conversation continued online. And now months later, another update has brought Wes and Jessie back into the spotlight. Wes recently shared a photo that appeared to show him and Jessie together. For some fans, that seemed like a sign that maybe the two friends had finally moved past their problems. After all, if two people who had been experiencing tension are suddenly appearing together again, it is natural for fans to assume that things are getting better. Some viewers probably looked at that photo and thought, okay, maybe they're friends again. Maybe the drama is finally over. Maybe West and Jesse have worked everything out. But then Jesse's response added another layer to the story. According to the latest reports, Jesse pointed out that the photo West shared was actually an old photo. And suddenly, fans had another question. If the photo was old, does that mean the friendship is not completely repaired? Or was West simply sharing a memory? That distinction is important, because an old photo does not automatically prove that two people are fighting. At the same time, it also doesn't prove that everything is perfect between them. And that's why fans are now trying to figure out where West and Jesse actually stand. Are they friends again? Are they simply on better terms? Are they communicating but not as close as they once were? Or is there still some unresolved tension between them? Right now, it is difficult to know exactly what happens behind the scenes. And unless West or Jesse directly explains the current state of their friendship, fans can only look at what they have publicly shared. But the timing of this update is interesting. West is no longer expected to be part of the main Summer House cast moving forward. Meanwhile, the show itself is entering a new chapter. That means the friendships created inside the house are now being tested outside the cameras. And that's something that reality TV fans understand very well. When you're filming a reality show together, you spend weeks or months surrounded by the same people. You party together. You travel together. You argue together. You make up. And then, when the cameras stop, everyone returns to their normal lives. That's when you find out which friendships were truly strong, and which relationships were mainly connected to the show. For West and Jesse, the future of their friendship is therefore something fans will continue watching. Because their story is not only about one disagreement. It's about what happens when friendship, romance, loyalty, and reality television all collide. And then there is the Amanda and Ciara factor. Ciara and West's relationship was one of the major storylines that introduced viewers to their dynamic. So whenever West's romantic life changes, people naturally wonder how those changes affect the friendships around him. Amanda's relationship with Ciara also makes the situation more complicated. When close friends are involved in the same romantic circle, emotions can become difficult to manage. Even if everyone says they are okay, there can still be uncomfortable conversations. And when you're part of a reality show where every interaction can become a storyline, those situations become even more intense. This is why the West and Jesse situation has continued to attract attention. Fans aren't only asking whether two friends had an argument. They're asking whether the disagreement revealed deeper problems in their friendship. Was there a breakdown in trust? Did West and Jesse simply see the situation differently? Did the pressure of filming Summer House make the friendship more complicated? Or did the two simply grow apart? These questions remain open. And that's what makes the latest update so interesting. Because if West and Jesse have genuinely repaired their friendship, this could be the beginning of a new chapter. But if they haven't, then the old photo could simply be another reminder of a friendship that used to be closer than it is today. And there is another possibility. Maybe the two have already moved forward, but they're simply not as close as they were before. Sometimes friendships don't end with a dramatic fight. Sometimes people just grow apart. They can forgive each other without becoming best friends again. They can be friendly without being close. And they can look back at old memories without wanting to recreate the relationship they once had. That may be exactly what is happening here. But until West and Jesse make their current relationship completely clear, fans will continue to speculate. And with the next chapter of Summer House underway, their friendship could become even more interesting to watch from the outside. Because now, the question isn't just what happened during Season 10. The question is what happens after Season 10. Can Wes Wilson maintain his friendships with the people from the Summer House group? Can Jesse Solomon move past whatever hurt or disappointment he felt? And what happens when everyone starts moving in different directions? Those are the questions that reality TV fans will be watching closely. And one thing is certain. The drama surrounding Wes Wilson, Jesse Solomon, Amanda Batula, and Ciara Miller has created a complicated web of friendships and relationships that fans are still trying to understand. So, what do you think? Do you believe Wes Wilson and Jesse Solomon are genuinely rebuilding their friendship? Or do you think that old photo doesn't necessarily mean the two are close again? Do you think Jesse had a right to feel hurt by the situation? And looking back at everything that happened, do you think West handled the situation with his friendships and relationships the right way? Or do you think the entire situation was blown out of proportion because of reality television? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Because sometimes, the most interesting part of reality TV isn't what happens while the cameras are rolling. It's what happens after the cameras stop.